everyone, this is Debbie from Project 39 Mini Albums, and today we are having a hop. This is the not too shabby, just for you inspirational hop. What you'll need to do is watch my video from beginning to end and then check out the other videos listed in the description box. Don't forget to leave a comment at each location and then head over to Rafflecopter to enter to win a $25 gift card for the Not Too Shabby shop. The winner will be notified by the 13th. So I've been busy cutting paper. I'm making 4 cards that are 5 by 7. So the black layer of cardstock is 3/16 of an inch smaller on both sides. And then that white layer is 3 by 5. The next layer is 3/16 inch smaller on both sides. And the next layer is 3/16 inch smaller. I'm taking my stamp buddy to make sure there are no fingerprints or oily residue on the card. And it's really important because we're going to do a lot of embossing. I don't mind that I'm touching the center of the card because we're going to cover that up. Then I'm taking my Versamark and I am going to start stamping with one of the flower stamps on the 4 corners. And then I will stamp all on the edges, the outside edges. Now, some of my stamps will overlap. Some will not go quite to the edge of the next one, but it doesn't matter just as long as the edge has the flower design. And you'll notice that I've used the same process for most of my cards. The one with the tulips, I just had to center the tulip on the card since it's a longer stamp. I add white embossing powder and heat set the embossing. I am stamping the flower images on several pieces of cardstock, and I am going to be painting these, and I will use Distress ink to paint. I just simply put it on my surface, add some water, and paint in a couple layers. I'll let it dry and then add some more so that way I get some highlights. In this picture, if you look on the left-hand side, you see what I mean about the tulips. I didn't do them along the edge, I just sort of made a pattern, and still the black and white with the contrast comes out really nice. The great thing about these stamps is there's a lot of detail on them, and I think that's what makes it so impressive to make this card. So again, I'm just coloring using some inks that I've smushed onto my work surface, spritz some water on it, and just take a brush that has a fairly good point. It's not a real expensive brush, and just paint the leaves, then go ahead and paint the flowers. With this one, the hyacinths, I do an overall purple color, let it dry, and then go in and shade in some of the darker areas. Let some of the flowers stand out by having them light, but also let some of them stand out by coloring them a little darker. These are really fun to paint. You should try this. The crocuses that I paint next are mostly yellow, but I add some orange because that gives them some more depth. So I'll add the orange to the petals that are in the background and at the base of the petals. And it is a lovely spring color and makes the card a beautiful spring card. Now, I could have used color cardstock, but I wanted to make sure that the layer underneath the last 2 layers matched with everything. So I am just taking my ink and just smushing it onto the 1/2 inch of each edge, and then I take some water just to make sure it's blended in so there's no white spots. So that's a good way of making your paper go further. Just use your ink to color paper, especially if it's a layer underneath something and you just have a small area. So then on top of this layer, I will add the next. And when all of my flowers are dry, I will go ahead and die cut them. Again, this die cut is fabulous. It's got great detail to it to match the stamped images. And I also die cut 4 of the watering cans. I should have stamped these first, but I painted first and then stamped later, no big deal. Just keeping it dark along the edges and lighter in the center to give the watering can some depth. Then I stamp after they're dry, and I put them on my smallest card surface and arrange the flowers. It's like doing a flower arrangement by paper. And I have some of the flowers coming off of the edge, and then finally I add the sentiment, "Just for you," in the top right or left hand corner, and put it on a card base, and my card is done. And as soon as you've liked the video and commented, check in the description box for the next place to go and leave a comment, and then head to Rafflecopter to enter the contest. I'll also link where you can buy this fabulous stamp set, because this will be great for Mother's Day, Easter, just general cards. It could even work for sympathy cards. So thank you so much for watching. Have a fabulous day.